welcome to my channel. It's your girl Jay, and if you've been here before, hey stuffy buddies. And if you're new, welcome to the Stuffy Buddy crew. And today's video is gonna be a lengthy one, but it's gonna be worth it, I promise you. So this lovely Monday morning, we are going to be learning how to start a budget 101. Yes, so and let me also say this in the beginning, I am not a financial advisor. I just do this because this is what I love, this is what I like, and this is what has been helping me keep my finances under control and trying to save money to get out of debt and to save for future things in my life. So let's get straight into the video. First step you would want to do is to gather your statements from your last 3 months. I'm going to tell you now, your feelings will be hurt, because if you know you're the type of person who just spends on will and don't care, yeah, this is going to bring you to reality. Step 2, you're going to go through those statements and you finna highlight those expenses and you gonna categorize them, okay? This is what we call the color method system. So here's an example. You purchased some stuff from Starbucks, Starbeezy. You used your credit card. You went to the movies, and you went and got some gas from Racetrack. So how you're gonna do this, you're gonna give each category a color. So you know you have food. Food will be for purple. Transportation, that's gonna be green. Credit card is going to be pink. And then entertainment is going to be orange. So let's go to the expenses. Well, we know Starbucks, that's some food. Some kind of snack. So this will be highlighted purple. You used your MasterCard, so that's gonna be pink. Movies, they're gonna be orange because it's an entertainment. And Racetrack will be for transportation. Now, you'll start to see what colors come up more, so that's how you're gonna know, okay, well, I'm eating out too much. I need to either cut back on this or, try to set a limit for myself. You start seeing green more or pink more or orange more. This really helps you to see where you're spending a lot of money at. Your billing cycle and your paychecks. Here's an example. So we know some people get paid monthly, bi-weekly, and weekly. We have some bills. You have a mortgage. Here you have all these. You have their due dates here. So let's just say you are a monthly payee. You're going to pay all your bills out front. You're a bi-weekly payee. So let's say you get paid on the 4th and on the 18th. Well, your mortgage, it comes out on the 13th. So it's going to come out of paycheck number 1. Your car insurance is due on the 17th. You're going to take it out of paycheck number 1 as well. And so on. You see I have all of them labeled where each bill will come out of each check. If you're weekly, hey, you can pay a bill every week if you want to without it hindering your income. Okay. Next, we have budgeting vocab, which I know a lot of people get confused when they hear certain words in the budgeting community. So I'm kind of here to help you understand and break it down and kind of untwine the confusion. First, we have fixed expenses. Fixed expenses are expenses that are recurring costs. They get paid monthly. So here are some examples. You have your rent, car note, insurance, memberships, and etc. Next, we have debt, which we should know what debt is. It's something you owe or that is due. Still, here's an example. Student loans or credit card balance. Next, we have variable expenses. This is a cost that does change. So it is not a reoccurring amount. This is an amount that always changes. It's never the same. Here's some examples. Groceries, gas, utility bills, or going out to eat. Sinking funds. Sinking funds are like mini savings account. You set aside money to save for expenses later or upcoming, or to pay off any debt that you may have. Here's some examples. You have medical, new house, emergencies, student loans, kids sports, or you have clothes. To the next one. Next, we have our priorities. Now we need to know how to prioritize. And prioritize means to designate or treat something as more important than anything. You have two priorities. Your high and your low priorities. High priorities, these are expenses that are most important. They are funds that you must keep funded because you use them frequently. So here are some examples. Medical, you might go to the chiropractor. You have some co-pays or anything like that that you do on a monthly basis, or every couple of months you might do. Your car maintenance, your lawn service. Kids have after school activities, something they do in school. Low priorities. These are expenses that are less important, but they're still important. They are more for like your wants, the things that you want but don't necessarily need right away. So, for example, you have date nights. You and the hubby or the boyfriend, y'all might go out once a month, or if the significant other is in town, some stuff like that. Your beauty, concerts, a new gaming system for that baby who wanted it for Christmas. You have to think about stuff like that. Okay. Next, we have our savings and month ahead. Now we have savings. Can't forget about that. We have long-term, emergency, and month ahead. So here are some definitions for those. For your long terms, there are your future savings that you're planning on purchases years to come, or maybe for a retirement. This is money that you will not touch unless it's like dire need and you have no other choice but to touch this money. Next. Oh, and here's my examples. I wrote examples like down payments, college, surgeries in the future. You might think, you never know what could happen. Life insurance, willing money. Most important one, which is why I have an asterisk here. Emergency. These are funds that are for just in case. But when I tell you, you never know. Life is always full of surprises. You always want to have an emergency fund. Example. Natural disasters, unplanned medical emergencies, or maybe you don't have enough in your high priority sinking funds, or maybe you don't have enough to cover a bill. This is where it comes into play. Next, how to get a month ahead. Great to have to get ahead in your bills. Of course, we know that, right? But what if you can't get ahead in your bills? You can only really do it if it allows you to. Because if you're working on a really, like your once a month payee person, it's going to be kind of hard to get a month ahead in your bills because you don't have no extra income coming in. Now, this really works really well with people who have side hustles or maybe get paid twice a week or weekly. Hey, it works for them. So, for an example, how to get ahead, you want to do about 3 to 6 months worth of bills saved up. And this is how you do it. You're going to add up all your bills. Then you're going to multiply them by the amount of months that you want to save up. Now, this is just a recommendation, but this is what is really said for you to have up. But you save up to whatever you want. And then you're going to get your total once you multiply. Now, if this comes out to a really big, huge amount and you're like, how the heck I'm going to save that? You have to remember, this is going to take some time. It's not going to happen in your first 2 to 3 paychecks. It's not, unless you just don't have that many bills, then kudos to you. But take your time, set yourself a budget that you can afford to put up to get to your goal here, okay? Next, we have my favorite, the budget breakdown. So, all I'm going to say is you just have to remember everything that we just went over here. So, now, we're going to write out an actual budget. So you can see that is really not that difficult and it's nothing for you to get confused on. Keep it simple. And I'm telling you, this will be so easy. So I'm not going to cover my page anymore because now we're going to actually get into some work. And I have my calculator here. Start you up. So we see this is a bi-weekly person here, right? They get paid on the 4th and on the 18th. So let's say they know how much they get paid and they know that their paychecks never change. Their paychecks stay the same, right? So both paychecks, they get paid $1,250 out of both paychecks, giving it a total of $2,500 that they make for the month. Okay? Now, these are their fixed expenses. Remember what we said fixed expenses were? These are their bills that never change. They are recurring bills. They stay the same. So, we're going to have a car note. They have rent. They have insurance. They have internet. They have a cell phone bill. And do I want to do anything else? Yeah, let's say they have some subscriptions. So we're going to put sub. So we know that they have these bills. Well, the amount does not change. So we know their car note is due really on the 26th. This is when it's due. The rent, this is also due around the 28th, end of the month. Insurance, this is due on, let's say, the 7th. The internet is due on the 13th. Your cell phone bill is due on the 5th. And your subscriptions, they're due on the 17th. Okay, so now that we know when the bills are due and what bills are due, let's go ahead and put the amounts. So we know the car note is due on the 26th. So it needs to come out on the 28th. But what we're going to do to try and save, some coins, you're going to only pay half of this. So we're going to put here, we're going to pay this first half on the 4th. Right? So we're gonna put the car note is worth, we're just gonna throw numbers out here, okay, you guys? This isn't a real person, this is just an example. So we're gonna say the car note is really just gonna throw a number, $300, right? That's how much it is. But we're gonna divide that $300 and you're only gonna pay $150 out of the first check. So you're gonna be paying $150 on the 4th and on the 6th. Okay? Your rent, you're gonna do the same thing. It's gonna really be coming out of your second check, but we're gonna pay half. So rent is gonna also come out out of the 4th check. And rent is really $500. But we're going to cut that in half and pay $250. Then you have your insurance, which we'll say insurance is $85. Put my little zeros, y'all. Sorry. Internet is going to be coming out of this paycheck. Internet, we're going to say is $60. Your cell phone bill, we're going to say you're on a plan, $35. And you have some subscriptions where you only pay $15. So, the amounts that are going to be getting paid out of the first paycheck is going to be this $150. So, $150. You're paying the first half of the rent, which would be $250. You're paying your insurance, which comes out to $85. You're paying internet, which comes out to $60. You're paying your cell phone bill, which is $35. And you're paying your subscriptions, which is $15. So all of that added up together, coming out of your first paycheck, you're only going to be paying $595 out of your first paycheck. Okay? So you're going to take this total and you're going to subtract it from this total. So that's $1,250 minus $595. You have $655 left to work with. Okay? So, moving on to our variable expenses. These are our expenses that do change. Now, you see here how I have budget and actual. Budget meaning this is what you're budgeting for that check. This is just what you're budgeting for the first 2 weeks. Versus when the check actually gets here, which we already know, so we don't have to worry about budgeting. We know how much you're getting paid and we know how much you have left. You're putting how much you actually have, that you're going to have. Okay, so categories, we're going to put, we need groceries, we're going to need some gas. Let's just say we like to have a little spending money. You're a generous person, we're going to have some giving. And just some backup. This is an emergency money. You know, you never know. You might be a little short in one of your categories and you don't want to pull it from nowhere else. So you have your miscellaneous, right? Okay. So we have $655 left to budget. So groceries. For the first 2 weeks of groceries, you're one person, right? You're going to budget, let's just say $180. And you know that's how much you spend on your groceries. So it's going to be actually $180. Gas, you're budgeting $70 for the first 2 weeks. Well, you know, yeah, my vehicle Actually, take $70. You'll put it here. Spending. Remember, y'all know. Oh, you're spendaholic. Well, what can I budget myself for spending? You budget yourself $50, but actually end up just giving yourself $30. Giving, I'm not saying that you can't give, because we know it's dangerous just to give money out to people. But hey, you can give other ways. You can give for church. You can go actually purchase or buy that for someone that you feel like you want to give, or stuff like that. So giving for that 2 weeks, you'll carry like $10 on yourself, and it'll actually be $10. Miscellaneous. Excuse me. Coffee does it to me every time. So miscellaneous will also get $10, because this is backup money, and it will actually get $10. So let's calculate this up. We have 180 plus, you're going to be calculating the budget first, and then you're going to calculate what you actually gave yourself. Because budgeting, let me also back up a little bit and explain. Budgeting is what you're budgeting when you do not know exactly how much you will get. That is what budgeting is. And then when you actually do get paid, hence actual. Got it? All right. Fast forward back to where we were. So now we're going to add up what we actually had budgeted for these categories, which was 180 plus 70 plus 50 plus 10 and plus 10. It came out to $320 for the budget. But we actually have, let's add these totals. Oh, let me start over. $300 is what we actually gave ourselves. So we're going to take the $300 and we're going to subtract it from the $655 that we had remaining after we paid our bills. And now we have a remainder of $355. Now we can get into the savings or paying some debt, y'all. Okay, so now that we know we have $355, well, unfortunately, this person has some debt. They have a little balance on their MasterCard. So we're going to put the company name, which will be, we're just going to say MasterCard. You'll put, if it's a Citibank or anything like that. So we're going to put MasterCard. And it's due, it's like a bill. You got to think about it like that as well. And it's due on, we'll say this is due on the 25th. So this actually can come out of your second check. So you don't have to worry about this MasterCard out your first paycheck, because it's not due until the 25th. But we're still putting it here so we know, okay, I have a payment due right here. So we gonna, and the minimum amount will go in the amount, of course. So the minimum will probably be like $25. So the total, we're not even going to add it because it's not coming out of this paycheck. So you will put total is going to be 0 because it's not coming out. And then you're going to put the remainder. It's still $355. Okay? Now we have our high priorities. All right. Now we finna get into some saving. Okay? So we have some priorities. Something important. We finna get that emergency fund. Emergency gotta get stuffed. Ah, this person goes, they go to the doctor every few months, so they have some copay they need to cover. They have a dog. So they need to have, fur. We're going to put fur baby because I'm a fur mom and I have a fur baby. So we're going to put fur baby. This is to cover grooming, any vets, any food. And let's say this person, they have a kid and we're going to say, back to school. It's school time finna come up, right? So this is important. School is coming around. They have to get school supplies and uniforms. So they budgeted for emergency. Emergency was going to get $20. Medical copay normally is $50. Your fur baby, oh, they got a doctor's appointment coming up. They need $100. Back to school. All they needed is the supplies, maybe a few little binders and notebooks that you needed to grab them. So you budgeted for $25. So we're going to add this up. 20 plus 50 plus 100 plus 25. It came out to $195 is what you budgeted. Well, after seeing, okay, I only have $355, we're actually going to put $10 for emergency instead of the 20. Medical, you're just going to put half. Because you really, you technically don't, you can put the other half out your other paycheck, right? Fur baby can also get only half. And back to school can get, let's just say, 15. So now we're gonna add up the actual. 10 plus 25 plus 50 plus 15. And it came out to a 100 even. So now we're going to take that $100 minus the $355, which comes out to $255. You have left to budget. Now we have some priorities. Low priority. So these are your wants. This is what you want to be able to save for. So let's say you need some new makeup. Let's get some beauty in there. You need some clothes for yourself because maybe you have a vacation coming up that you want. And you need some specific clothes. Let's say you're a gardener, so you want a flower. You want to go get some flowers. So let's say gardening. And if I didn't spell this right, I'm sorry. I don't know, you like to get inked up. You like tattoos. So these are some things you want to save for. Well, you budgeted for some makeup. You budgeted $20 because you didn't need a lot of things. Some clothes, you gave yourself $25. Flowers, you gave yourself $40. And for that tattoo, you don't want nothing big. So let's just say $20 for the tattoo as well. Because they do have some places here that do $20 or $10 tattoos. So this is the budget now. This is what you left working with. You find out, well, I really don't need that much makeup. Or I actually do need a few more extra things. So you end up actually giving yourself $30 for beauty. Oh man, your vacation got canceled. So you don't add anything to clothes. So you put 0. Gardening, you are like, The flowers don't look too good here, but hey, I see some nice, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like cute home decor, outside decor stuff, and they're on sale. So you budget yourself, instead of the 40, you give yourself half, $20. And your tattoo you end up getting another sale, which brings it to $10. They had a special running. So let's add up what we had budgeted, which was 20, 25 plus 40 plus 20. That was $105 that you budgeted for your low priorities. But you actually gave yourself 30 plus 20 plus 10. You actually just gave yourself $60. Oops. I was finna put 60, y'all. Where's my whiteout? Give me my whiteout. That out there. Okay. So, again, you're going to take the 60 minus the 255. You have $195 remaining. Now, this is the part where, you remember I talked about we also have savings? These were the priorities. Now you have your long-term goals. So now, this person wants to come out of paying rent and they want to actually purchase a home. So we're going to put home down payment. They want a house. Congratulations to you. Payment. I know what that is. They want a home. And their budget to give their self to start saving for this, because look how much they have, right? They budgeted only let's see, giving themselves 125 to try to start saving up out of each paycheck. And then they want a new vehicle. And they budgeted for saving $80. So that's what they gave themselves. I keep hitting my tripod, you guys. This is what they're planning on saving for: a new home and a new vehicle. Let's see. So that, adding those up, 125 plus $80. This is what they budgeted for $205. But they only have $195. So what ended up happening? Down payment ended up getting the $100, and new vehicle got the $95, bringing it to a total of $195. Now, how much money do they have remaining after subtracting $195 from the $195? Zero. You have completely placed all your money where you wanted it to go. Congratulations to you, Stuffy Buddy. You did it, and you did not get frustrated. You wrote out a budget. Well, that's the end of my video. If you found this video helpful and you felt like I really gave you some good tips on how to function through making your own budget, I would love if you would put let's see, I want you to put a yellow heart, or no, I want you to put a sunflower down that you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, okay? All right, you guys, bye.